Welcome to the only program where the more cursed your sword is, the more cursed your life is. It's Blender. Today's episode, we're making swords because I hate my life. After each sword, the next one will get progressively more cursed. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, we're back at it again. Let's see what we can make this time. Let's see how we can make this sword. Because I'm ready for my life to be constant pain. Alright, so this sword, it'll probably need a good base. I think this square will do nice, but we'll need to subdivide it a few times just to, give it some of that goodness. So we have more space to work with. And we'll extend it upwards so we can start making the handle. It looks so beautiful. You guys have no clue. You have no clue what it means to be an awesome creator. Alright, for the hilt, it's pretty self-explanatory here. We're gonna go into wire mode here. We're gonna select all these faces. All these faces here, yep. And we're gonna subdivide it. Now you may be asking, why? Why would you do that? And I'll be telling you, not exactly sure, but we get there. So we'll start off just scaling it down slightly. And then this will be our one. I wonder if there's a way to mirror it. I don't know. Look how beautiful that is. That's the hilt of our sword. You won't even know that this was made by a complete noob. Now let's see how we can make this blade. I have no clue how I'm gonna do this yet. So I probably want several subdivides. Extrusions. Actually, no, we probably can't push in, because then this little tip here will look really bad. It'll go through, it'll intersect. It would scissor itself, you know. Well, then I think the sword is complete. Maybe a few minor adjustments. Here at the bottom. Okay, now that we grab the bottom, we're going to rip it apart until there's nothing left. No, what we're going to do is we're just going to make it look a little better. Like, what if we make it a little boxy and, like, we bevel it? Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to grab the bottom half here. Grab a little more of the bottom half. And you know what we want to do? We just want to get rid of its existence. There we go. Yeah, sorry. Nothing's left of you now. You may say to yourself, oh, well, now there's a big hole in the bottom. What are we going to do about that? Well, duh, we're going to fill it. Now just give me a few seconds while I do this. Okay, after the few seconds of me doing this, we're going to go ahead and fill. Now don't mind the ugly lines, they don't mean anything. Because now, if you look at our sword, it looks so much better. It's flat down there. This sword looks just about complete. Now let's shade it. Alright, there's our beautiful sword. Well, it took a few seconds, but there it is. Alright, first thing's done. Let's move on to the even more cursed looking sword.
Yeah.
Yo, cut that out. Alright, for this next sword, it's just got some waves in it. Just got waves. Like one of those hoodlums. Anyways. So we'll probably start off with the same thing, but we need to subdivide it. We'll do it twice more, because I don't know how complex this will be. Alright, we grabbed the wrong one. Alright. Grab this face. We'll extrude it upwards and do almost the same thing. But this time, we're just going to do it a little differently. We're going to do it shorter this time. Alright, there's the beautiful handle done. Look at that perfect design. None of you could ever imagine this. Alright, for the hilts, I think it can be almost the same thing as the last one. But maybe we'll make it more long and thinner. To make it look a little different than the last one, we'll extrude more and scale more just to thin it down. To make it look long and scary. Alright, and there we go. Now don't mind it looking like a hammer that I'm going to use later to bash my brain in, but let's do the other side now. Okay, just like that, I have a double-sided basher. Now let's start on the blade. I don't like that it's square right now. I wonder if we can change that. So I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this yet. But maybe if we make small rotates like this, and extrude it, we'll get somewhere. I'll meet you guys when that happens. Okay, let's see how far we made it. Yo, why does this sword look kinda lit? Alright, let's make the tip of it now. Look at that. This sword's the perfect thing for cutting bread. Or each other's hearts. Now, it may look not like a sword, but more of something you're gonna poke somebody with. Just like in and out. It's like a saw. Now to fix that, I don't know. Look how horrendous this thing looks. Alright, let me just mess around for a second. Maybe I can figure something out. Alright, let's see this thing in its full glory. Alright, there's the red sword, the weighty sword. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that thing. You could slice some people up with that. Cutting bread, you know what people do. Alright, let's move on to the last one, the square sword. Alright, this sword, I don't think it'll be that bad. It's just gonna be, actually, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do the sharp edges. I don't know, we'll get there when it comes to it. Alright, we just gotta do everything we just did again for the third time. Alright, let's see how much different we can make it though. I want to make wider ring gaps. Look at this handle. That handle looks cool. It's a cool ass handle, yeah? What do you guys think of this handle? You get real handled with it, you know? No, you don't know. Why am I even asking? You don't know anything. Alright, let's make its hilt. I don't know how I want to do the hilt on this one particularly. What if we make it like a weird angled up hilt? Would that look too weird? Alright, there's number one. I sort of went for a random design, but that don't really matter. Let's see if we can replicate it though, or if it's gonna look like absolute garbage. Okay, Now you may notice that one is kind of arched up, and the other one is a little more relaxed. That's because one is looking at something nice while the other's not. I mean, I'm holding them against their will. Alright, let's do the actual sword now. Alright, this sword should be pretty self-explanatory. We're just gonna go... All we're gonna do is we're gonna go up in one direction. Then we're gonna rotate it. We're gonna rotate it. Yeah. I can't wait to see this sword. It's gonna look so good. Okay, we're gonna rotate it just like that. And then we're gonna extrude out. Just about here. Then we're gonna do the same thing. And rotate it down. Okay, and then for the last bit, we just do this. We'll make it a little shorter, just so then we have time to scale down this end. And there we go. Now you may be thinking, what am I looking at? And I'll be telling you, this is a bendy straw. This is my bendy straw. It's like a chalice for real men. You put the handle and the hilt, like it hovers over the glass, and that the handle goes inside of the liquid, and then you put your head upside down, like underneath the table of wherever the glass is sitting, and you just start sucking like a hamster would. That's all I can tell you. Now let's see if we can make the blade. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Okay, we're just gonna grab the front here and let's see what happens when we extrude it. You know, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But that's not the worst of it. The worst of it, what comes after. Okay, let's see how this is gonna work. We're just gonna extrude it upwards. Now you may notice that doesn't look right, and I'll be like, this looks right. That's what I'll tell you. If anybody asks, I'd say this looks right. This is how square swords were built back then. You're just uneducated, okay? Let's try the interior of it. Now we're just gonna make it to length, and we're gonna grab it. Okay, we'll grab it, bring it upwards. Now you may see it's phasing through a little bit, but that's just what happens. You can't control the phase. And then we'll extrude this down just a smidge. Look at that, that's beautiful. Alright, and then we'll do the outside little noodle here. I'm going to grab it and bring it up just so it matches with the other one. See that? See what I did there? Okay. You guys following along still? Okay. Now we'll take this part of the blade and we'll extrude it like this, and then we'll grab it and push it upwards. And then we're going to actually take this and we're going to do something a little extra. Because it has a small little gap right there, you can't have that gap. We're going to extrude it just enough outwards. There we go. And then look at our blade. Let's go ahead and shade it. Now, you wonder how you use a square blade? I'll tell you guys how you use the square blade. It's like a boomerang. You grab it by the handle, okay? And you throw it. And it'll hook them. And if you haven't figured out why it's called the square blade, you just look right here. See that? It's like a square. It's like a perfect square. But yeah. Anyways, that'll be it for this video. I hope I can see you guys on the next video. Who knows what the hell we'll be doing, but see you then.